Well, I think different people would argue that it's different things, but I think if you take a kind of meta term like co-creation, which describes any form of real collaboration, crowdsourcing fits within that in a way of involving, is a form of mass collaboration, although you don't actually have to have any collaboration with crowdsourcing. It can just be a kind of contest that whoever comes up with the best idea is the one who wins the prize. No, basically. I think what is new undoubtedly is the technologies which allow, enable people to connect and to collaborate more efficiently. I mean, participation is kind of, an activity or model which has been used, for more than 3 decades in areas like community development, international development, social policy development. And I would argue that, a lot of the people who work in the co-creation space are operating in isolation and should learn from lessons which have been learned from other areas. Certainly a factor or faction within kind of technology who seem to have a very positive outlook towards every great new kind of development and advance, and so and take a kind of half full view of what these technologies may actually bring about. So a lot of their hopes and aspirations are, for humanity are poured into, what co-creation might deliver, and in fact, human nature being what it is you can say that, they may be slightly looking at being over-optimistic. People, mostly, in the end, a tool is a tool. What you're dealing with, is people and psychology, and that, there's a whole list of problems where people have different interests, often involving people in collaborative projects can actually take longer to come to a particular outcome than just doing it in more traditional closed innovation ways. So I think the thing is like all these things is despite the kind of evangelical fervour and hype around these areas, there is no best way of doing something. There is a better way for a particular activity. I still think traditional innovation processes and models are going to be used. I mean, it's like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. In the end, we're talking about problems and solutions, and the way you solve them may be better to do it one way or better to do it another. But as I said before, I don't think I don't think there's anything inherently new about what's going on here, even though it might have been repackaged by a number of gurus who want to sort of, milk the consultancy dollar. But certainly the technologies are going to make it easier for brands to do it and experiment with this kind of approaches. I guess the question is whether actually, they can do that within the structures that they have right now, or whether they have to think about kind of new ways of doing it.